Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to be checking out this CarPlay display. This is by Lomato. This is called the RC32. So this one is actually pretty nice, and I'm gonna go through everything in the unboxing and the installation and how it works. So the coolest thing about this one, which I've seen compared to other ones, is this has a built-in AI. So you do have built-in Google Gemini AI assistance. And furthermore, one thing I like about this one, we do have a full standalone independent Android operating system with Android 11. We do have 64 gigabytes of storage and 4 gigabytes of RAM. So here we have the display itself, and it does come with this adhesive stand and as well as an suction cup stand if you do prefer that. And the other cool thing about this, we do have built-in GPS. So with built-in GPS, I'm actually able to run offline maps compared to other like a CarPlay displays out there. They will just be the monitor itself. You do have Android in there, you can download apps, but you don't have the same full app capability that we do get with this system. They are actually more limited system, and they don't have their own built-in GPS. So with this, I don't really need my phone connected. I can download offline maps and still have GPS. So here we do have that suction cup, which I was talking about. So if you're someone who don't want to mess around with their dash, you can use this. You can also connect this on your windshield if you prefer, but I would recommend put this on your dash so you have a more stable connection. And in here we do have the power cord. We do have the lighter port, which goes to the USB-C for charging for power, and then as well as an extra USB-A port on the front. And this as well also comes with a 1080p rear camera, so you can also use this if you like. And here we do have this stand. This, you can also use this on your dash. That way you do have a really good place to actually mount your suction cup onto. Of course, if you are going to use this on your windshield, you don't need this. But if you do want to use it on your dash, then this should work pretty well. So here we have an extra adhesive pad for the stand, some clips, and as well as an AUX cable out and in. So you can actually plug this in and just get the same capabilities, your audio output going in to your vehicle's factory audio system. So let's set this aside and go through the display. Okay, so here I have the display itself, and if I do this, I'm actually able to adjust all of this side to side, up and down. So if you're mounting this on an angle, and if I just push this down like this, this comes open, and now I can hook up the other mount if you do want to put this on your windshield, the suction cup mount. And we do have various inputs right over here. We do have a type C for power. This one is a type C. We do have our rear camera, and then as well as the AUX for audio, as well as an extra SD card if you do want to increase the overall storage. Once again, we do have 64 gigabytes of storage. Let's remove that protective film to actually showcase that shiny reflective display. And this is 14 inches long, so this is pretty good size. Okay guys, so just show over how everything works here. I actually just hooked it up to a power bank, and then I'm gonna also go through with the installation too, but I just want to it's just easier to showcase this overall instead of in the vehicle where you're getting the glare coming in and everything. So right now I have everything turned on, and overall it feels really snappy. So we don't have really that much lag that we do get basically in other CarPlay. And here we even have the camera. Once again, this is only if you have the rear camera plugged in, but as you can see, it's actually working really well because there's just no lag at all. So once again, we also have the split function as well. I can have my CarPlay on this side, and I can have any other app I want to choose on this side. And here we go, we have that Gemini as well. And then also the other thing is we do have over-the-air updates. Okay, so here you go. As you can see, I'm actually running YouTube over here right now. And then overall the quality of this is just so good. See, so now we're running this YouTube World Cup match over here, and it's pretty the quality is really good. And right now the audio audio is actually like coming out of the built-in speakers of this display. But there's like two ways to like get your audio out into the vehicle. One is with the AUX cable, which is actually included with this display. All you do is plug it in and then plug the other one inside of your factory audio. But if you have a little bit of a newer vehicle that does have factory Bluetooth, I can connect this Bluetooth to the Bluetooth to like the factory Bluetooth of my vehicle, and then the audio will be coming through the Bluetooth on my factory infotainment system. And overall, as you can see, we really don't have that like any lag at all. It's still pretty good. Everything works really well. There you go. YouTube is coming in like this, pretty nice. And of course, we do have the the App Store, the Play Store. That's the one of like the biggest things about this is the Play Store. So I can come over here and I can just download full Android operating system right over here. Download any apps I want. You do have to sign in though. Okay guys, so right now I have everything installed, and as you can see, this display is super bright. I'm not really sure if you guys can see it clearly through the camera because of the sun is actually shining towards the camera, but here inside of my vehicle, and it's pretty sunny outside, and I'm actually able to see everything clearly. There isn't that much of a glare going on at all. So as I was mentioning before, we are going to test out CarPlay as well, but I'm actually come over here and actually show you how you can actually have the audio going into your vehicle. So there you go. We have a lot of ways over here. We can also do the Bluetooth transmitter option, the auxiliary cable, or even the FM radio. So for the FM radio, we're gonna come over here to our vehicle, and we are going to go to radio, your FM audio. So here you go, I'm at FM audio, and I'm actually go and I'm gonna actually type in directly 98 megahertz, and let me just change this to 98.3. Okay, 98.3, and I'm basically connected right now to the display. So now we're gonna actually do an audio test through that and see if it's coming in through directly in our factory audio system. And also I'm also connected to CarPlay. So for CarPlay, we're gonna press on CarPlay over here, and we're gonna use our phone to connect it to CarPlay. So of course I'm doing it for the very first time. So it will take a little longer, but once you have everything going on, every time you get in, it's supposed to automatically connect. So I'm gonna come over here to a Bluetooth, and there you go. We have it popping up over here. T89 Pro. We're gonna press pair, allow. Now we should have an option for CarPlay. Press accept. Sometimes it doesn't ask for it. It just depends. And boom, there you go. So I actually have CarPlay coming up right over here, and overall it's really smooth. It's like just as smooth as how I have it with my factory CarPlay. So that's going pretty well. And let's see if my audio will come on through. Okay, there you go. So I'm actually having audio coming in through the vehicle's own speakers within a direct connection from the wireless display itself. Of course, it's really important to have really good fast connection. For this time, we're gonna do the ultimate test. We're gonna unplug this, and I'm gonna unplug this right now. There you go. It has no power at all. And now I'm gonna plug this back in and see how long it takes, and boom, it's on. So once you just plug it in, it automatically pops back up. Like I just unplugged it in front of you, and it's right on for you. So that's really good. And of course, we can have the split screen CarPlay, which is pretty good. So I can have my CarPlay on this side, and even though it's scaled down, it still works pretty good. So let's open up Waze here and look at this. I mean, it's still pretty good, works really well. And then on this side, I can open up YouTube on this side and just watch a video, watch anything on this side, while on this side I have CarPlay running. So overall, this thing is really good. The only thing which I really did wish probably came with was in a SIM card slot, or an option to put in an eSIM. So that way, you like really don't have to be connecting this to the CarPlay, sorry, with hotspot every time you get in. It just works really well. So overall, I will highly recommend this because this thing is really fast. Of course, as I did mention before, we do have a 64GB storage, 4GB of RAM, and 4GB of RAM is more than enough to just run CarPlay or YouTube. So of course, you can download any app over here. This is not in a closed loop system. This is an open loop, so you can download any type of Android app which will work here. So that is really good, and the link will be down below in the description. Please go check it out, and if you guys did enjoy this video, please do like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.